Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sun Hae Moon, and I'm the new sales master from Melbourne. In 2000, as an 18-year-old with a dream and hope, I first started to study abroad in New Zealand. However, from the beginning, everything was a rocky road. During the first 2 months of abroad, I got scammed by my relatives who was supposed to look after me. So I was left with no choice but to postpone my study and had to live in the living room of a shared house without a bathroom. I was also responsible for my younger brother who was in high school at that time. I worked on everything from working as a waitress to cleaning, and I did it for 10 months, and that's when I faced another crisis. I had to stop everything because I got severe back pain. I couldn't move to the point where it was hard to walk. At that time, my job was 1.5 hour walking distance, so I had to quit my job and return to Korea. After I went back, I was full of regret for not being able to fulfill my original goal, which was to study. So in 2001, I went back to New Zealand, and my financial situation was not that improved, but I studied and worked harder than anyone else. And 2 years later, due to family issues, once again, I had to go back to Korea and work there for another 2 years. And finally, in 2006, I returned to New Zealand and resumed my study. What a life. A few days after arrival, the funds I brought from Korea were stolen. Yes. It was all the money I got. It's money I had including my tuition fee and expenses for a few months. I felt really defeated, but I did not give up. I had to start from the bottom again and worked even harder day and night while I was studying. I finally finished my course and came to Australia. A few years after settling in Melbourne, I became the owner of a successful education agency, and my income was quite stable. I felt like my hard work finally paid off. And I also got married and gave birth to 2 beautiful children. I even bought my first house, and actually yesterday I signed another contract. Yes. The interests keep rising up. I don't care because I'm doing that to me. Yes. I was living in a successful migrant life I always dreamed of. But 2020, COVID-19 came again, and because I had years of hardship, I got thick-skinned. I thought it could not last more than 6 months, and that I could get through this. But no one could predict the pandemic the world had, because there were no international students anymore. It came to the point where I had to no longer able to run the education business like before. So I had to start looking for another source of income, but it was not easy because I had just a baby, and most of the businesses were closed in Victoria. After 1 year of searching for another job, that's when I met Atomy. I had been using Atomy sunscreen and foam cleanser and toothbrush for years already from my mother-in-law, But I always thought Atomy was the only a cosmetic brand, not a source of income at all. During COVID, a friend of mine introduced Atomy business to me, and that led me to do some research on Atomy. After watching few lectures on YouTube, I came across Imperial Master Lee Dogo's lecture, and he said that it would be a miracle to not succeed through Atomy. That's when I realized that Atomy could become a sustainable income. And the more I study Atomy's compensation plan, the clearer the vision gets. I could vividly see myself becoming Imperial Master one day. I was so committed that I gave up my sleep and family time. I put my baby in sleep and then joined the Zoom meeting. When I was not, and I was not even tired, I felt joy and excited because I believed in Atomy. As a result, I was able to achieve Sales Master after 3 months of starting the Atomy business. Yeah. I know lots of people are hesitant to commit to Atomy business because it's a network marketing business. But for me, I had no prior knowledge of MLM business. So it was easy for me not to care about other people's opinion. When the other people judged me for doing MLM, I did not care at all. I honestly felt pity for them because I felt they were missing out. I was confident in the quality of the product and so sure that this business would succeed. Of course, there were hardships. At the beginning of the business, I recommend the toothbrush to someone that was so confident, but they rejected me because they only use electronic toothbrush. But I couldn't say anything. I was so embarrassed, but I did not give up. And since then, I studied their lifestyle and gave them a list of recommended products they would like, and they became my partner now. I've got 5 partners already. Yeah. And I'm still doing this every day for every potential members. Looking back on my days in New Zealand, I always envied those who were financially supported and living in an environment where they could fully concentrate on study. I want to be able to support my children without financial limits when it comes to the education in future. So they don't have to go through what I had to. After I became an Imperial Master in 2033, it is my goal to create a scholarship foundation that helps students who are in a difficult situation to study for financial reasons like I was. Yeah. I would like to say special thanks to my husband, who was strongly against my Atomy business at the beginning, to the point he stopped me from Zoom meeting. But however, ever since I started earning commission, he is very supportive, and now he even gave me a headphone for Zoom meeting. Wireless. And also, thanks to our team who had been more supportive of me despite the endless of questions I was asking night and day. Thanks to my family who had been supportive of me too, I'm grateful that they were not against the MLM business. I would not been able to be here if it was not for them, for all of you at all. Thank you. Lastly, I would like to thank Chairman Han-Gil Park for founding the Atomy business platform which enabled any one of us to become successful. Hardship is expected, but it can be overcome. In the Bible, God is faithful. He will not allow you to become tempted beyond what you are able. Every time I was tested by life, I thought of this quote, and it gave me the strength to start again. Anyone can succeed in anatomy. Dream vividly, and it will come true. Thank you so much.